Hey there, David Lee here with CoachDavidLee.com, and want to put together a video tutorial showing you how to put together an email automation for free using MailerLite. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so before we get started creating our actual automation workflow through MailerLite, just take a look at the dashboard here, and this is just a typical MailerLite dashboard, and you can see the four main sections up here: campaigns, subscribers, web forms, and then our automation is there. And again, with MailerLite, everything is free for up to 1,000 total subscribers. Now you can have different subscriber lists, but as long as the total subscribers is no more than 1,000, everything, all the features are free, which are pretty cool. So one thing you want to make sure that you have is an existing subscriber group that you're going to tie to the automation that we're going to create. So if you already have a subscriber group created, that's fine, and that you know you're going to want to link the automation to. If you don't have one yet, you can go ahead and just create one by clicking Add New Group right here. And then if you already have some existing emails that you want to add to that group, you can. But even if you don't even have any email lists yet, you can still just create a group, and then you can tie your automation to that group, because your automation is going to sort of trigger or kick off whenever a new subscriber is added to that group, whether you add the email yourself or whether the email is added through one of your web forms. Okay, so first thing when creating an automation, let's go ahead and click on the automation section. And MailerLite pretty recently changed this from just regular autoresponders, which is right here, and then automation workflows is basically how it's handled now, and I actually like it a lot better. It's really cool. So before we actually create it, you want to make sure that you do have your emails pre-written. Okay, I definitely suggest that. So I'm going to go over here to my Word document. So I already have some emails pre-written right here that I'm going to use creating this one. So basically it starts off with a welcome email, and I already have the subject line written for the email, and then any forms that I'm going to want in the email. For example, personalization. So you can see here where it says, hey, name, and then name represents just the person's first name if they did enter their first name into the field when they opted in for the email. So, and then I've just got the body here, and I've got some formatting. So I've got some bolding and some italics here that I know I'm going to want. So definitely suggest you write your emails before you start creating your workflow. And you may just want to start doing that on a piece of paper where you start jotting down what emails that you want to trigger in that workflow. And just start thinking about what that's going to be like from somebody who just opts into your email list. What emails do you want them to get? And then one tip about your emails, just keep them conversational, be yourself, write them out in a way that you would talk, okay? I also recommend don't use a whole lot of images. I really don't even use hardly any images at all. I kind of write my emails as if I'm just writing an email to a friend, or I'm writing a letter to a friend. And also one tip when you're writing your emails, this is something I learned from the book .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Really cool tip. Make sure that you tell people, just give them a heads up about the next email that they're going to get. So toward the end of this first email, I let them know what the next email is going to look like, and that they're going to get it tomorrow. You see here, tomorrow we'll look at some free but super powerful online tools. And then I even let them know what the subject line of that email is going to be that they're going to get next. So I just say, hey, the subject line is Secret Online Tools to Discover Your Target Market. I also remind them to add my email address into their trusted emails list, or just so that it's not getting blocked, or so that it's not getting thrown into their trash or junk email. So give them a little heads up about what to expect next and when they're going to see that. Okay, that can go a long way in continuing this conversation and leading them down whatever path that you want to lead them to. That might be to buy your product, or to enroll in your course, or to get in touch with you, to work with you, hire you, whatever that purpose is. And then just going down here, I've got my next email already written. Again, subject line, already written with formatting and things like that. So I've already got everything here written. Not going to go over every one of them, but they're all pretty much the same. The content's there. I let them know what they're going to get next. And then with this email series, I'm leading them to actually enroll in my full course. Because what's happened with this email list, just in particular, just so you know, they have watched about a 40-minute training video, and then this email automation is following up on that, and then letting them know about the full course, and then giving them some additional help and advice through the thing. So anyway, email's already written there. So let's go back to the MailerLite automation. Okay, so we're going to create a new workflow. So click that button to create a new workflow. Okay, so this is what you're going to see first once you have started to create a new workflow. And you're going to give it a name, and you can change this whenever you want, but just give a name something. I'm going to name mine Dream Customers, oops, if I can spell, I'll just name mine Dream Customers New. And then you're going to select what subscriber group is this workflow linked to, and I'll do this one here that I've already created. And again, that's why I suggested that you go ahead and create that before you do it. Okay, now you're going to select a trigger. I wonder if I can move this little video preview. Yeah, just want to make sure y'all can see that. So in other words, when is this automation going to be triggered? Well, when a subscriber joins this subscriber group, or when a subscriber joins a segment of the group. And again, remember, you can create little segments. So if you want, certain people in a certain segment, you can do that. Or maybe when a subscriber exits a segment, or the anniversary date. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it simple. So when somebody joins this subscriber group right here, that's when this automation is going to trigger, when it's going to kick off. Okay, so we're just going to do save. Okay. And there are no stats yet because I haven't done anything, but when you open it back up, you'll see different stats there. Okay, so it's triggered here when a subscriber joins this group. We're going to start our workflow. Now, this little plus sign, every time you do something, the next thing is going to be there for you to add to it. So let's just say that as soon as somebody joins this group, they're going to get the first welcome email. Okay, so when a subscriber joins a group, they're going to get this email. So basically, once you're ready to add a particular email, you're going to just create it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my pre-written emails, and this is the first email that they get. Here's the subject line. I've already got it written. I'm just going to copy, and I'm going to paste it into the subject field. Okay, so there it is. Okay. And then who's it from? In other words, how do you want that displayed? And I want it to just be my name. And then now we're going to design the email content. So as it opens up, it's basically just going to open up an editor to where you can design the email content for the body of the email, adding the images, things like that. So if you already have a template that you're using, you can select it from your templates, or if you already have some emails that you have used and you want to keep that similar look, you can select it from recent emails here. Or if you just want to start from scratch, you can use the drag and drop editor or just the text emails. I'm going to go ahead and do recent emails because this is typically the email look that I like. So I'm going to select this one. And again, if you just wanted to start from scratch, you absolutely could. Okay, so now that we have this sort of template ready to go, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to delete this image. I'm going to keep my sort of sign-off footer here because I like that. And then I'm going to go back to the body copy and click on the little editor, that little pencil thing there, and it's going to bring up the content editor for the text. Okay, so I don't want any subtitles or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight to the body copy. And then I'm going to go back to my pre-written email and then start with the kind of salutation there. And I'm going to copy everything all the way down to the bottom of the email. I'm just going to copy, paste. And I might lose some of the formatting, and that's okay. That you can always go back and change. So just paste it. So it looks like it lost the color, so I'm going to go back and change the text color here. And this is just a simple little editor. Text color, the font size, if you want to bold anything, italicize. Now I do want to add the personalization, so where I have the word name, I'm going to delete that. So I've got hey, comma, and then personalization. And I'm going to select the name field because this is something that I've already set up in my web form. The only forms I have for the opt-in are email and first name. So name, and it's going to create the little form there. So what they're going to see obviously is hey, comma, and then their first name. Okay, so that's how you do that if you didn't know that. What we see on our end in the editor is just this little form code. But they're going to actually see their first name, whatever name they entered in when they opted in. And one thing formatting wise, when I pasted this in here, it looks like it gave me double spaces. So I'm going to have to go in here and actually delete this. And yes, there's a way to avoid this if you wanted to paste it from, maybe like Notepad or something like that, or whatever it is on a Mac. But I like to keep the formatting because you see here, my bold is still there. My italics are still there that I did from my Word document. So I like to keep that all in there. And then it will take, just a minute or two just to go in and reformat it a little bit to make sure the formatting is in there. But we're not going to go through there, obviously. I'm not going to make you watch me reformat everything. Okay, so now I have my paragraphs and my formatting like I like it for this first email here. And then obviously this is the preview section, this is the editor section. So you can just go back here, just make sure it's how you like it. And then it leads them, and again down here it tells them what to expect next. And I've actually told them that they're going to get the next email tomorrow. And then I've got my little sign off footer connect with me link here. So I like that, so I'm going to save it. And then again, if you wanted to add an image up here at the top or at the bottom of your body, you can. All that is going over here and grabbing an image box, dragging it over here and dropping it, wherever you want to put it. If you want to add a button with a call to action, you can do that. If you want to embed a video, you can do that. You can grab maybe just a simple code box here. For example, if you have the embed code to a YouTube video, you can do that. So several things you can do there. But let's go ahead and stop that, and we're going to say done editing. And it's going to take us back to our automation and show us the little email preview of what we just created. Okay, so there's the email that we just created, and there is the subject line that we added. So you can see that you can see how this is starting to take shape even with just one email. So when a subscriber joins this group, they're going to get this email automatically. Okay. Now we are going to set a delay. So let's say that you want 1 or 2 days to go by before somebody gets the next email. So we're going to set a delay, and again, we just click the little plus button. In other words, what's next in the workflow? Well, what's next is a delay. So we're going to select a delay, and then it's just asking you, well, how long is the delay? And you can select minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, or just set a specific date or time. We are going to wait 1 day from the time this email is sent, and then we're going to save that. Okay, so there's our delay right there. Okay, so that's what's next in the workflow. And then what do we want to do next? Well, we're going to add the second email. Okay, so we're going to select the second email. So a day's gone by. And again, we're just going to redo what we did in the first one. Okay, now we're not going to, for the purposes of this video, we're not going to go in and do every single email. After this one, we're going to skip ahead and just show you some other things you can do. But just as a reminder, go back to your pre-written emails. Okay, here's the second email, and I named this one follow up, but the title or the subject line is that right there. So I'm going to copy it again, put it in the subject field, and then design the email content just like we did with the first one. Okay, so the second email is in there after the 1 day delay that we set up. And then again, you just decide what do you want to happen next. So that's what the plus button is for. If you want to set another delay, maybe another day goes by before somebody gets the next email, again, just do that. You'll add another delay, and then however many days that go by. Let's just say another day. Save it. Okay, there's our delay right there. And then what do you want to happen next? Maybe you want to send the next email, okay, that you've already pre-written. So again, you just repeat this process for whatever makes sense with you. Now, a couple of other things to look at and consider. Another thing you can do with the automation in MailerLite is, let's say you wanted to set a condition, and this is pretty cool. And what a condition is basically based off of what someone did in the previous email, for example. So let's say we've got a condition here, and we're going to define the condition, okay, and that's what this is. So let's say let's just call it workflow activity, okay, and then let's say we want to base it off of what somebody did in this most recent email. And we've already named that email subject line, Secret Online Tools to Discover Your Target Market. So we'll select that one. Now, what action did they take? So let's just say that we're defining this condition as somebody who did open that email, or all the people who did not open it. The people that clicked any link in that email, or maybe the people that clicked a specific link, or people that did open the email but did not click any of the links. Okay, so you can see how specific this is kind of getting. And so let's say that you send an email and you had a link in there for people to take action or something. So maybe you want to send a new separate email for all the people that did click a link in that last email, or the people that opened it but didn't click a link. Okay, so you can kind of customize that. So let's just say that you want to do anybody that was open but did not click a link. Okay, so all the people that did open this email right here, but they did not click any links. So let's save that condition. Okay, now of all the people who meet this condition, so again, that's all the people who did open this email but did not click a link, they're going to go in the green thumbs up side. The people who did not meet this condition, so that would be people who maybe did not open the email, or people who did open it and did click a link. Okay, they're going to go over to this side of the condition. So in other words, whatever condition that you're setting, it's gonna split off of people who did meet that condition and then people who did not meet that condition. Okay, and if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to keep sending your emails, the way I have done this is that I've only set a condition at the very end, because the end of my automation is when I finally ask people to take action on something. And then that's when I create a condition here. So you can do that. So if you have maybe 2 separate emails written, one for the people that did meet the condition, one for the people that did not, you can add those here with the little plus button. Okay. And again, you don't have to do this if this is a little bit too advanced for you. At this point, you certainly don't have to. You may just want to create a simple automation with maybe 4 or 5 emails that you've pre-written, and then kind of see what people do with those. And then you may get some ideas for how to create a condition at a certain point in the automation. So you may just want to kind of play around with it first just to see how people react to it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete the condition that we just created because I just wanted to create it just to show you what you could do. Okay, so there's still a delay in here. The other thing that you can do, let's say that you have reached the end of your automation, you've already got all of your emails that you want in there, and you want to create an action at the end of it. You don't have to create an action only at the end, but it makes a lot of sense. So let's say it's the end, and then you want to put that new subscriber into a group, or you want to move that email address that just subscribed into another group, or you want to mark it as unsubscribed here, or you just want to copy that email into another group. And the reason that works is because typically an automation, again, is kicked off or triggered when somebody joins your subscriber group, and then you may want to move that email to your general subscriber group. Okay, maybe those are the people that are just added to your general email list. Okay, so you want to add them after they've gone through your initial automation. So let's just say you want to move them to an existing group. We'll just select that, for example. So now it asks you, well, what group do you want to move this email to? We'll just say, select an existing group and then save it. Okay, and so that's basically the kind of final action that I want on my automation. And again, you can add something like that at any point in your automation. If you change your mind, you can delete it. Just click the X here. But typically, I like to do that at the end of the automation because somebody has already gone through. Whether they ended up taking action in it or not, I'm just going to move that email to my general subscriber group. Okay, so pretty much the last thing that you want to do once you have everything set up the way you like it is just give it a quick review just to kind of see, okay, you've got your emails here, you check your delays. If you needed to go back into any individual email and check the subject line or any forms or links or formatting, anything like that. But once you have it like you like it, and then you've got your conditions set up here, your actions at the end, just make sure that you toggle it on. And then once it's on, you are done and ready to go. So anytime an email is added to whatever group that you've already picked, whether it's coming from you yourself adding it or whether it's coming from one of the pop-up forms or opt-in forms or landing pages that you have linked to that group, that automation is going to start kicking off. Okay? And then a couple of other things to look at and consider is just some of the reports. You can go back to your automation and look at some of the reports of how many have been sent, how many have been opened, the percentage, the open rate, the click-through rate. You can see another one of mine here has a 54.5% open rate, which is pretty good, and then a 17.5 click-through rate, and that's of all the emails in the entire automation. And then you can view a full report of any different automation that you have, and you may want to create maybe 2 or 3 that are maybe somewhat similar to see which one is the best, to give you some ideas for what to take out, what to add, what to change. And then you can see here in the full report, if you scroll down, it'll show you a report also from each individual email that is being sent out. And it reminds you when it's being sent out, a day after triggered, 2 days after it's triggered. So it shows you the subject line, shows you how many have been sent, the open rate, the clicks, and you can actually go in there and see which links have been clicked, how many times. So it's pretty cool. It's one of those things that you really have to get into and just play around with and learn from it. And as you do that, you'll get some ideas for different things that you can change and do, the type of action that you're getting on some of the emails. You may have 1 or 2 emails that are really low open rate, really low click-through rate, so maybe change the subject line, maybe change some of the content in that particular email. Alright, so that's pretty much MailerLite's email automation workflows. Give it a try once you're done setting it up. Try it on yourself. Just put in one of your own email addresses just so you can see how the series works. And then if you have any questions, drop a question below. If this got some value from this video, give it a like, share it out. And if you want to try out MailerLite, you can go to coachdavidlee.com/MailerLite. That is an affiliate link. But I'll leave some links below. And if you do have any questions, definitely leave me a question. We'll love to help you out. If you feel like anything was missed or if anything wasn't clear, just let me know. And then definitely stop by my blog at coachdavidlee.com/blog for some more tips and some more helpful information. Also have other tutorial videos using MailerLite. So hope that helped. Wanted to keep that under 30 minutes. So definitely thanks for watching the video, and check out some of the others, and see you on the next video. Bye.